And I'm talking to myself too when I say this. You need to stop playing the same games over and over again. You see, my Steam library has been jam-packed with so many games that have been in my backlog for like, I don't even want to talk about how long. I've been meaning to play through so many games and series throughout the years, and only a few things kind of stop me from doing so. First of all, and I think this is pretty relatable, I like spending the few hours a night that I get to play games on a game that I'm familiar with, like some sort of live service slop that makes me want to rip my hair out, and also games that I've just played before. You know, the obvious ones like Ratatouille the video game and Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers. Duh. Also, make sure you have a snack and a drink while you watch my videos while I hit the world's fastest yeah boy. Are you ready? Yep. No, but seriously, I'll get on like Rocket League or something, or like Battlefield 6, or even like The Binding of Isaac, which I have so many hours in those games combined that it's just, I'm playing games that are safe and familiar, you know what I mean? And to be fair, I think a lot of gamers have the same problem. That's kind of why I'm making this video, because I think a lot of people can relate to this. Mind you, I'm very open-minded about the games that I play. You know, I've played the mainstream games like Elden Ring and Cyberpunk, but for a few years straight, I kind of strictly played indie games and like lesser known titles. Like hell, I'll hop on Magicraft, dude. Does anybody even know what this game is? It's kind of a freaking banger. You guys should try it out. Anyway, the thing is, I still have a bunch of games that you gamers in the comment section are going to absolutely roast me for not having played yet. So you know what? Fine. In the spirit of today's topic, I'm going to finally start BioShock. Since I bought the entire BioShock series for insanely cheap on a sale around like a year or two ago, I don't even know. It's been in my backlog for ages, just collecting metaphorical dust in my Steam library. And that's far from the only series or games that I've been meaning to play in my Steam library that have just been sitting there for like years, such as Underrail, Hitman, the whole entire Mass Effect series. And then that's not even mentioning the freaking 200 plus games that are on my wish list. I am never going to get the amount of money needed to get all these games, but like hopefully someday I get through most of them, you know what I mean? And prepare yourself guys, because we're gonna get a little bit deep here, and I hate to vent to you guys like you're my personal therapist or something, but like I think another one of the reasons that I'm so bad at starting new games is somewhat of a commitment issue. There have been countless times that I've started a game, played it for like a few hours, absolutely loved it, but just went right back to playing the same game that I shamefully have over 1,600 hours in the next day. And hey, you know, I'm hating on Rocket League a lot, but like, you guys gotta understand, I don't personally even like the game. I'm not trying to diss Rocket League players. I think it's an alright game if you're addicted to it. I just hate it, and I keep going back to it, okay? I think it's a thing where if I really like a game, I know I'll get so addicted to it that it completely ruins other aspects of my life. Like, if I'm addicted to a game, I'm liable to only think about that game for weeks on end. I will eat, sleep, and breathe that game and completely ignore any of my mental and physical health that I need to be worried about and people in my life. And then you know what happens? I completely procrastinate and I never make a video again. Is that what you guys want? But, and this is a big but, in the past 5 to 10 years, I've had a much more healthy relationship with gaming, where I only try to limit myself to like a few hours a night at most. And sometimes I don't even get on a game on given nights. So it's, you know, it's kind of gotten a lot better. I say all this to say, I guess I fear relapsing on an unhealthy relationship that I have with games, or that I used to have at least. Because if I really enjoy one too much, it tends to be kind of a problem for me, okay? Which sort of stops me from branching out. But I'm sharing this with you guys to tell you guys that I'm going to try and give it a healthy shot of playing, you know, whatever game I'm on for a couple of hours a night and not pushing it, you know? Playing BioShock, which is what I'm playing through now, of course, as you guys can tell, for only a couple hours, nothing more. I can't let myself get too addicted, you know? It's unhealthy. We're healthy, mindful gamers around here, okay? I guess those are my two main reasons why I play the same games over and over again, because I have an issue with commitment and I'm afraid of getting addicted. But you know what? That's enough about me. I also wanted to talk about you. Yeah, you. Okay, probably actually not you, but many gamers that I see online. For context, I actually have the perfect example of someone that you might have heard of. This is Jinxie. And you see, Jinxie had a problem. He's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, and he was known for playing Rainbow Six Siege almost exclusively for around 6 years or so. And as you could imagine, playing the same exact game every single day for that long begins to feel repetitive and stale, especially when it's an Ubisoft live service game, but that's a topic for another day. You see, I typically don't pay attention to any streamers, but recently I started seeing clips of Jinxie on my timeline playing Rocket League. And of course, as you probably know by now, I was insanely definitely addicted to that game, so it kind of caught me off guard. Obviously, this sparked my attention, and I was starting to notice that this popular streamer, known for playing typically one game, was branching out and playing all sorts of other games. Now he was playing games like Clash Royale, Geometry Dash, freaking Rocket League, and even Red Dead Redemption 2, which is absolute cinema. So now he's playing pretty much anything and everything that his chat suggests, and I personally think this is a great thing. Now, despite my lack of knowledge of these streamers and lack of tuning into them typically, I know that many streamers like Jinxie typically have like a much younger and more impressionable audience. And that's why this is more important than it might seem, is because his audience sees him branching out from maining one game for so many years to now trying new things and being very open-minded when hopping into brand new games that he's never played before, which I think could be a pivotal moment for these viewers to realize that they don't need to play the same games over and over, and it's a good thing to try new things.
Nice.
When you ask someone from around the age 18 to 30 what type of games that they typically play, they'll usually hit you with the Call of Duty, duh. Wait, other games exist? Which I personally think are the people who need a little nudge in the right direction, just a little tiny push, you know? I try not to be too judgmental about these guys, but when I see videos like this,
it's actually fucking 2D. Dude, and this is fun? You guys got me playing a 2D game. How do people find a permanently 2D game enjoyable?
I cannot help but feel completely flabbergasted and kind of bad for him. You know, actually, I kind of feel a little envious. Imagine being able to play Terraria for the first time again. Like, dude, you're literally the guy giving up in this meme. You were right there, man.
Oh, we were right there, man.
For people like that guy, I say this with love, okay? Love. I just really hope you branch out and give games that you typically would scoff at a real chance. Whether you know it's 2D or top down or just a plain weird game that you've never even thought about playing before, you never know, you might surprise yourself and find your new favorite game. But of course, you'll never actually know if you never give anything a fair shot. I mean, I seriously can't imagine a world where I never discovered my love for games like Terraria. I discovered this game like 12 years ago, dude, and mind you, I got a new computer, so I'm on a new world, so I'm kind of pissed off about it, okay? I had a world that I had worked on for like 10 years on Terraria. But you know, it's things like that. The fact that I was willing to give this a try when I was younger, and now I just have this game in my repertoire. If I'm ever bored or if I ever need something to do, I can hop on a game like Terraria and just have the time of my life anytime that I want. I don't have to turn to ball and gun games. I don't have to turn to 2K or microtransaction slop Call of Duty. No, I can play my shitty little 2D pixel games and just have a grand time, okay? That's why I sincerely hope that so-called ball and gun gamers everywhere learn not to judge a book by its cover when it comes to video games. And for that matter, everything else. Because if they do, it might be massive. And you know what else is massive? My favorite comment from last video. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this silly little discussion video, and I hope you try something new today. Thank you so much for stopping in to the Loki Online channel, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.